hello, everybody. It's Shop Talk with Shelly, me, my favorite part of the week because I get to share different things that have come into the shop, the news of what's going on in the shop and around the whole quilt area here, the retreat and everything. I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day weekend. The weather was absolutely beautiful. I'd like to shout out to Watertown. I had a couple people here this weekend. It was lovely to meet you guys. And let's get back to business. Oh, don't forget, grab your coffee or your tea or maybe a mimosa, depending on how you're feeling today. First of all, we're going to talk about the Hexi Club that is starting tomorrow. That is, it's a 9 to 4 or 4 to 9, or you could do 9 to 9. The 9 to 4 is with lunch included. That's $25. The 4 to 9 is with dinner included, and that's $25. If you do 9 to 9, that's $40, and then that's lunch and dinner. We will be, I think it's going to be kind of an informal meeting tomorrow. We're going to get together, decide how we want to at least start out, not committing to anything for the whole year, but how we want to start out. Do we want to do projects together? Do we want to do couple projects? And then we're going to decide on how to go from there. But it will be a great day to hang out. The weather's going to be beautiful, so maybe we'll stitch outside for a little bit. So that will be fun. I will have kind of like a little work area. So if people have never done the Hexi Club, we'll have like little trial things that you guys can try out and see if you actually like doing it. See if that's kind of your thing. So feel free to sign up, give Judy or Joni a call, and we'll get you in there. Next week, we have Wool Club. So don't forget about that. I know there's a lot of people that have signed up, but there's still more room for that. And it's the same thing. It's 9 to 4, 4 to 9, lunch, dinner, all the same stuff, just with wool. The new thing that's coming up, and I don't know, I don't think I talked about it last week, but June 9th through the 11th, one, we're having our warehouse sale. Yay! But two, we're going to do another junk in a trunk. So that's where back by the retreat, everybody can rent like a parking spot. And then you guys can get rid of some of your stuff that's been hanging around in your sewing room or, you know, kits or extra fabric. I know we don't really have extra fabric, but, you know, we can kind of trade and do all that good stuff. So to reserve a spot, a single parking spot is $30. A double is $50. So again, give Joni or Judy a call and get signed up because that's going to be a really fun weekend. That's in conjunction with the Winchester rummage sale where it's throughout the whole town. So, I mean, that will be an awesome weekend. And then the last but not least, I have a question.
Going back to the Hexi Club, do
Yep.
they have to sign up or is it just a call to reserve a spot?
It's better to sign up because Chef Erica.
Repeat it so they can
They wanted to know, somebody wanted to know if you have to sign up for the Hexi Club and, or just drop in. For the lunch and the dinner, we would really love for you guys to give us a call today or tomorrow morning because Chef Erica really kind of needs to know a count. If you're not sure and you just want to try it, why don't you just pop in, but just know that we can't do a lunch. And that's all, you know, that's all I can do for that. But I think that if you come after lunch and pop in or before lunch, we could, you know, certainly do a trial to see if you actually like it. Any more questions yet?
No.
Okay, awesome. My last bit of announcements are from our Bernina team. So Luke and Ruby have put together a really awesome day. It is June 29th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and it's called Perfectly Quilted. So it's $50. You'll have machine and technique demonstrations, door prizes, raffle, lunch. I mean, that's an awesome day. Sewing machines, demonstrations, and lunch. What more do you want? But this is looking to see how to use your machine, your domestic machine, for quilting and doing embroidery. It's like, would you like to learn an easy and accurate way to accomplish edge-to-edge quilting using your machine? Yeah. So that would be, I mean, right there, not everybody needs to have a long arm. And that's where I think people get freaked out about quilting, is that I like to quilt, but I don't know what to do once I've done the top, the piecing. Well, here we go. Luke and Ruby will take care of you. So we'll go into that more as the time comes, and I'll talk about it probably a million times. But I just want you guys to start thinking about that day, because it's going to be a fun day. Any questions yet? Okay, on to the good stuff. My stuff I get to show off. So today we're going to talk about some quilts, some notions. I think I'm going to do notions first because those are my favorite things. I love notions. It's kind of like going to Staples. I love looking at office stuff, pens and pencils and paper. I don't know why. It's crazy. But the first thing we're going to talk about are our little boxes. So these are made by our wood guy, Scott. I don't know what you'd really call him. Scotty. Yeah. So the wood guy. He makes these, and they're awesome. We have different sizes. So like this one is $8. You can put that by your sewing machine, put pins in there. We like to use it for our threads. So that's a great thing. I will have to say that I use mine for candy, which is awesome. And I have a friend, Lois. Hi, Lois. She uses hers for Cheetos, the little cheese balls. Now, I know you guys are asking, how can you quilt and eat Cheetos and not get it on your fabric? Here's the solution. Lois solved this problem for me. Toothpicks. Take a toothpick, shove it in the cheese ball, voila, your fingers are cheesy free. So, that's that. So, so those are my great things. My next great thing is, they're called fork magic pins. These are amazing. I was doing some reading on these this weekend, and apparently they've been out for a while. Who knew? I didn't know about these. But the magic pins just came out with their version of them. They are the same as the other pins. They're heat resistant. The metal part is really super sharp and super thin. So that's what I kind of like about that. What I like about it is when you are sewing and we're trying to match up these actual points here. I'm going to go on this side. So we want this point and that. We want those to nest real nice. And we put the pins in. They're always shifting. So these pins will go on each side of that seam once you have it nested in. And you put it in there. And then it keeps that from shifting to left or right to left, because it's actually pinned on both sides. So I feel that that is totally awesome. Now, I know some people are going to give me slack for this, but yes, do I sew over my pins? I absolutely do. Because that, to me, is the only way we're going to get a nice, crisp seam, and we're going to keep our points nice and spot on. But with these magic pins, and the pins that are being created nowadays, they're a lot thinner than the pins back in the day where they were almost like the size of pencils. So you can sew over them. You just have to go slow. Be conscientious of where your pins are, and you'll be just fine. But I love these things. They are amazing. The next thing I wanted to talk about was this little Sewline Glue Pen. I do hexies and all other kind of paper piecing. And I've always been using the Elmer's purple glue stick. But those things are so big. So if you're doing like a small little hexie, like this size, that whole glue thing is as big as this. So then you're trying to get like a little smidge. It makes it just a mess. So these glue pens, look at that. Perfect. They're awesome. Again, they're washable. but they just make it so much easier because all you have to do is, I mean, look at that. So no matter how small your little paper piecing is, it makes it a lot easier than trying to use the other stuff. For people that have questions on the hexies and aren't sure about it, when we're doing hexies, we always like, at least I do. Some people don't, but I do. I like to put a little dab of that glue on there because I do like to make sure that it sticks to my fabric so that when I'm hand stitching it, it's not sliding out. So it's right there. So that way it's not a lot of glue, but it's enough where I can get my corners bent over and it's not shifting all over. So that's what I like about those things. Any questions so far? See, look how nice that fits in there. Isn't that cute?
They're like the cheese ball tip.
Oh, when it comes to food, girls, men, boys, I can always find an end around how to eat and sew at the same time. I will put it out there. I'll ask people because that's the best part of sewing. You're up there, you have your little coffee, you have your little snacks. So if anybody else has other tips, please put it on the comments and I'll put it out there for us. Let's go to panels. We'll talk about sewing panels because actually this is kind of funny. So I'm going to show two different panels today, but it's amazing to me how panels have become so acceptable in the quilt world and how much nicer they are. I mean, they're great for quick gifts. They're great for if you're sewing for your children or grandchildren and you just want to whip up a quilt real quick. These are awesome because they can be drugged through the mud and you don't really care. It's not a lot of piecing. It's something that, you know, Mima made or Mama made, but they can use it and you're not like, oh my God, I just spent 100 hours piecing that. These things are the best. So I'm going to show you two of them today. The first one I'm going to show you is made by my good friend Julie. This is one panel, backing. Isn't that beautiful backing? Binding. That's it. So this is probably an afternoon project. And it's a beautiful table runner. Isn't that cute? Or put it back on your swing on the front porch. It's beautiful. And it's not a lot of work. And it's still yours. You made it. I like that. My next one I want to show you is I want you guys to start thinking about this and see what would you do with this. So the next panel I have is this one. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. The only thing that I find kind of funny is they have years on the bottom and then they have 12. I don't know about you, but my 12-year-old is not going to sit on this to get a picture taken. So probably months, weeks and months would be awesome. But look at this panel. It has nice grays and blues and pinks, so it is gender neutral. If you were doing this for a baby shower, you could do it in the grays, back it and bind it in a light gray, and you have a really cute personal gift that didn't take a lot of time and that they can use it and not worry about, oh my gosh, what if the baby spits up or anything? Who cares? This is what these panels are made to do. You could whip this out on a Saturday afternoon. Go to the baby shower on Sunday. There, see? Okay, now, how are we doing? Anything so far?
Do you recommend any type of batting between the panel and the back?
Okay, someone just asked what kind of batting I use between the panel and the backing. I use a very thin batting. I like the warm and natural. I'm just one of those that I think it just quilts up super nice. It's not too heavy, and kids can snuggle it. You want them to be able to snuggle it. Sometimes I think when you use a thicker batting, it becomes a little stiffer, like if you'd want to put it on your bed. So these wash up super nice. They're durable, so it's the warm and natural is what I like. Anything else?
They'd also like to see a close-up on the pins.
Oh, a close-up on the pins. Oh, absolutely. So hang on. These are awesome. Get a couple out. This is... Okay, how do you want me to do this? Should I get out of the sun?
Come on, this one.
Okay, hang on. How's that?
Hang on. I don't know if they can see them. Hold them over to that side. Yeah,
Oh.
just like that.
Tell me when to stop.
You see them?
I think if she holds them in front of the black microphone, they might show up nice.
Well, it's right now.
Are they good?
There, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Awesome. Keep the questions coming. I love it. So now where were we?
Flannel for batting.
Can you use flannel for batting? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, for these little panels that are smaller, if you have scraps of batting or scraps of flannel, absolutely. Because these aren't going to be, they're not meant to be heirlooms. They're just meant to be used and loved. That's all they're for. So absolutely. Use what you got. Anything else right now? Can I go on? Okay, cool. Now we're going to go on to, I'm going to talk about pin cushions. This is an awesome pin cushion, but it has different, you can do different things with this. And I'll talk to you, I'll show you. So this one is called Stitch On. And as you see, it has the date on it, but you guys can change that. I know you can. It also, let me change my page. You can use it as a wall hanging. So just because some of our things are made, here, this way,
Yeah.
how's that?
Good.
Okay.
The sun was kind of dull before.
Yeah, here, we've been, so many weeks in the fog and no sun. Now all of a sudden we're like scrambling because we don't know what to do with all this sunlight. But this is just to show you that you can do several different things. You can do a pin cushion, or you can do a frame. I mean, tons of stuff. You don't have to, just because it says a pin cushion, you don't have to limit it to a pin cushion. My next thing is, it's a little bee. Isn't that cute? It's called a beekeeper, and it's a pattern, but you can look at the back. Isn't that awesome? You can needles. Remember these that we talked about a couple weeks ago? Your quilt clips. See? Put those all in there. There's a little bit of different stitching, so you can learn a couple different stitches on here. This is a pattern and a kit, and it is called the Beekeeper. My next thing I want to talk about is this. This is called a geranium sewing essential. Another thing to keep your needles, your scissors. This is from the book, the first book of Lisa's, where it's the wool, needle, and thread. This book shows you all her different methods of doing. So this starts you from the beginning and will take you all the way to the end. So it shows you how to do this different stitchings, how to prepare your fabric, how to cut out your fabric, how to use your heat and bond light. So step by step. And look at these illustrations. I'm going to show you these. These are amazing. So you use this book, go to her YouTube channel, put on some of her tutorials. You'll be stitching like a pro in no time. All right.
Hey, Shelley,
Hey, yeah.
I have a question for you.
Sure. What's the question?
She says she loves pin cushions, but has difficulty in the closing. Any recommendations?
Yes, I do. So here's the question is that they love to do pin cushions, but they hate doing the closings. Well, I don't have one with me, but I have a friend, Kathy Decker, taught me a really cool trick. So you know how on the sides, that's where we're supposed to close the pin cushion. And then that stitching never looks as nice as the other sides. So what you do, instead of making your opening on the side, make it on the back. So you make a slit there, You fill it, you stitch it up real nice, get another piece of wool from one of your scraps, put heat and bond light on it, take off the other side, heat and bond on it. There you go. It's a nice little patch on the back. You don't see the stitches, and your sides are all beautiful. Does that answer the question? Was that clear for her?
I hope so.
Okay, if not, let me know and we'll do it again. Or email me. So, awesome. Now, we went through this. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some quilts. The first quilt I'm going to talk about is this quilt, which is called Spice Cake. I know, it sounds yummy, doesn't it? Do you want me to show that, Kelly, or are we good?
Yeah, you want to just stand up? And
Sure,
show the
I can do that. Okay, this is a big quilt. Way taller than me. Okay, and now... How's that?
Good.
Okay. Perfect. My friend Sherry made that from last week. She's the one that did that one. This one is out of the book called Did Someone Say Cake? There we go. Did Someone Say Cake? Personally, I'm a cupcake girl, but if you offer me a piece of cake, I'm not going to turn it down either. Also, there are tons of quilts in here that we have the fabric for, so you would get way, probably 4 or 5 quilts out of here. That's pretty good for a book. But we have this one. We have the fabric line for that. There's also a few table toppers here and table runners. I'm not sure how many people actually do table toppers anymore, because that was the thing way back in the day, but they do look really pretty. Especially I like them in the fall, because then you put a nice candle on it. It looks beautiful. Alrighty. This book is $25.99. For the Spice Cake, we do have kits for that. And the kit is $175. And then, oh, I got one more quilt. Here we go. This is called Little Lights. Look at this bold and beautiful fabric. Isn't that beautiful? I love this one. I love bright colors, so this one is beautiful. This is made out of our new line of fabric that we got. If you can see it up close, it's kind of like a, one way it looks gray, the other way you see some copper in it. The teals, you look at it one way, it's green, but then the teal color, it's beautiful. I like it a lot. This is a pattern, and it is called Little Lights. It's this one. Definitely fat quarter friendly. Love that. And that one is, it measures 60 by 60, so it's a good size. And the kit is $120, and the pattern is $12. There. I think we've got everything covered. Is there any more questions, Heidi?
Is the Spice Cake quilt a jelly roll?
Is a Spice Cake quilt a jelly roll? No, it's more of a fat quarter, because if you look at the triangles there, you're going to need at least probably a 5-inch strip. So, and I believe the jelly rolls are only 2.5. So, anything else? All right. Well, I hope you guys have a really good week.
Where did you get your shirt?
Where did I get my shirt? I got it here. So this is one of Lisa's shirts that she has in the shop. We could talk about this for a second. She is opening up like a little boutique in the retreat center, so we will have definitely more more clothing. But right now we do carry this shirt. We have a lot of shirts that say press secretary, because we iron a lot. The wool, stitch. We have this one, be kind, blessed. We have tons of stuff. So, oh, yes, 2. So, and I need names. So, that was all about the shirts. But yes, we have them in the shop right now, but we will also be starting a nice little boutique in there. So we're going to have candles. It's going to be awesome. You know, Lisa is always thinking. I swear the woman never sleeps. Brain going all the time, all the time. But yes, this is one of my favorite shirts because I am truly blessed. I think everybody has to look at the good in life. So no matter what a crappy day it is, there's always something good. Anything else? Oh, I need names.
Vicky Van Veldhuizen.
Vicky Van Velheisen. Can you pick?
Van Veldhuizen.
Okay, Vicky, I am so sorry if I messed your name up, but we are going to send you one of these boxes so you can put in whatever you'd like. Tootsie Rolls fit in here really great too. The next name,
Elaine Rochtrup.
Elaine Rochtrup. Again, I swear these girls pick the hardest names for me to say.
They all have hard names.
I'm going to send you our Sewline Glue Pen. I want everybody to try these things. I hope you love them. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk. Oh, one more.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm just winging.
She's been admiring this quilt behind you for the last couple of sets. Do you know what the name of that one is hanging?
Which one hanging?
The black, I think the star one.
Oh, right here on the bed?
Yeah.
This is called Star Rider, and it's from the Urban Homestead Gathering book. So
Say it again, face it.
it's the Star Rider from the Urban Homestead Gathering book.
Okay. All right, I think that was the last.
Is that it? Awesome. Thank you so much. Enjoy your week. Talk to you soon.